What's up, guys? We're at the Great American Outdoor Show 2018 out here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania with Jeff, one of the owners of Antler Grow.
What's up, guys?
We have, it's funny because the majority of people that came to the booth always ask, what do deer eat?
Emails,
Facebook
messages,
YouTube questions.
Yes.
It's always, what do deer eat? And we tell them, like, you know, deer live in the woods, they eat natural browse.
Yes.
And a lot of people that came to the booth, you know, we tell them natural browse and they're like amazed that that's what deer eat.
Yeah.
So this is why we like preaching natural browse with Antler Grow, because, you know, it comes down to $14 an acre.
Yeah.
And you can create pretty much a free natural food plot by enhancing the food.
It's already there.
Naturally eating.
Already there.
On a daily basis.
You think about it. Crops are in the ground 6 months out of the year.
Right.
What do they do the other 6 months?
Right.
They're eating browse in the woods.
Exactly.
You know, browse, there's 700% plant species, but browse could be anything in your neck of the woods depending on where you are in the country.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and deer eat it every day, like we talked about the other day, 5-6 pounds a day.
Right.
Of foliage every single day.
Tonnage.
Yeah.
You know, and when the leaves aren't there, you know, depending where you're at in the country, you know, they're in Florida, so they have a longer growing season.
Yes.
But when the leaves aren't there, they're eating woody browse.
Yes. Yes, they are. And they're going, you know, even in the browse lines where they're high, I mean, they're going to seek out the most nutritious food.
Right. Yeah.
Period. But natural browse is the backbone of all wildlife. Period.
So what exactly does Antler Grow do to natural browse? How does it increase the nutritional value of the plant?
When you spray it, the plants ingest it, and it makes it more palatable. It ups the nutritional content, it ups the digestible proteins, it ups the mineral content in that plant, and it just...
That it can't get from the soil.
Correct. The soil can't give it to it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing any of this.
Right, yeah.
You know, micronutrition is 15, 20, you know, it's not old by any means, but it's not young either. You know, and for years, the plants have been given the nutrients to the soil. That's the way nature intended. Well, the plants have depleted that between the runoff and the constant growth, especially in the agriculture side. You're pulling something out, you got to put something back in.
Right.
Well, even in natural browse, that plant grows every year. What have you done to it?
Right.
You know, a good example is you're driving down the highway. This makes perfect sense. You're driving down the highway and you see deer coming out of the woods to eat on the side of the road.
Right.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because it's cut, it's manicured at some point, so it's more palatable because of the lime rock base from the road.
Yeah.
You know, where they build the foundation for the road, it's more palatable because of what's in the woods.
Right.
And why would that be? Because there's no nutrients for that plant in the woods that there is on the side of the road.
Yep.
And that's as simple as you can make it, and then that's why you make food plots with the lime and the fertilizer that you do and everything. Well, you can use that same implement on what's already there, on a natural browse.
So the browse isn't as nutritious as it was 50 years ago.
Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Pulled it all out of the ground.
It's pulling out of the ground. You're talking over time. You know, everything takes time to put back in, and it takes time to pull it back out. Everything has come back out. There's no nutrition going back in.
Yeah, well, I read something to where food-wise, as human beings go, we would have to eat 50 times more food than we would 50 years ago.
A generation ago, you didn't have the agriculture that you have today because there's more people.
Right.
You know, and there's less land.
Yeah.
So the less land, that means that land is getting turned over more and more and more, so it's getting really depleting the nutrients. You know, you have to put something back in to get something out.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing is free, even to a plant. You know, it can't get it. You know, it rains and you got the air, all, you know, your different nitrogens, all, you know. Yes, but that's still not the miners of the micronutrients that it needs to make everything else thrive. The plants, which feeds our animals.
Right. So if you guys are looking to possibly create essentially a free food plot, check out Antler Grow, because you're giving the nutrients back to that plant that the soil is lacking. It's going to make it tastier, more palatable to all wildlife, not just deer, turkeys.
Yeah, everything, quail, everything, pheasants, everything, all wildlife.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool.
From small properties all the way to unlimited.
As big as you want to go, but the little guy now has the advantage that the big guy has. Without any implements, without anything. You know, you can start bush hogging and spraying, and you can start using the weed eater and spraying, or you can just go spray the natural browse.
Right, yeah, it's true.
You know, just go spray it.
Cool, well, thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching. See you guys.
See you guys.